today we're going to talk about formatting a SD card which doesn't want to be formatted. I've got an SD card here and I've tried several times to format it. So let's go through the process again. Right click, press format, press quit, just leave it as it is, default, and then press start. Check it for viruses, see if it's got any viruses in it. So I'm using Norton, so just do an on-demand scan and see what it brings up. No threats, so warning, format will erase, so we're going to erase whatever's on the disk. Okay, I'm fine with that. Windows was unable to complete the formatting, so I tried to do long format and it still wouldn't work. It just kept giving me an error. There's a few reasons why. There could be a virus on your disk, but most of the time the disk is locked. You may have put it in an external adapter which locked the micro SD card, and you've taken an SD card out and it's locked and you've put it in somewhere else, etc, etc. So to get around that, what we're going to do now is we have to go to the command prompt. So you've put the disk in the PC. Now if you right click down here and go to your command prompt, click that, and you get into your command area here. So that's DISKPART and press return on your keypad, and you will get into your main part which says this part. Now we're in here. Now from here we want to list the disks which are actually on the machine. So just press list disk, right, and press return. As you can see, the disks which are connected to this machine are loaded here. Now what we want to do is the culprit is the 60 gig one. So we want to select that disk and try and make it not a read only anymore. So in command prompt, type in select disk, and what number is it? Make sure you get the right number. 2. Press 2, and just make sure, just have a look, just make sure it's the correct one you want. Double check it. 60 gig disk 2, then press return. So now disk 2 is now the selected disk. What we can do now is type in attributes disk clear read only. Attributes disk clear read only. That's all we're going to do here. We're not going to format anything, just in case you make a mistake, etc. Press return. So now disk attributes cleared successfully, right? So there shouldn't be anything. It should go back to the default. We can close those up, and let's try and format it again. Format, right click, quick format. Make sure that it's the right disk you want to format. 60 gig GIFs, yes, that's it. Quick format is fine, default. Just double check it, even triple check. You don't want to format something you don't want to format. Just double check, triple check, press start. Get the same prompt, press OK. It still doesn't want to do it. So there might be something. It could be corrupted, or there could be a virus on the actual disk itself. Another method we can try and get this formatted is go to my computer here, right click, click manage, once manage comes up, click disk management, under storage. It says connecting to virtual disk, and look for the culprit. At the moment it's a 60 gig and it is this one here, 60 gig on the G drive. Just to confirm, it will look, and it's the removable disk letter G. So we'll go to that letter down here. This is a healthy partition, but it's not allowing us. So what you do from here, just right click this and now click format. Before you do anything, just make sure it is, again, just make sure it's the right disk you want to format. It's this letter drive G, 60 gig. We could change this to NTFS, leave that as default, perform a quick format, press OK. It should prompt you, yes, it will erase all data. I'm fine with that. Press OK. The format did not complete successfully, so it's still not giving us what we want. So what we'll do now is go back to the command prompt. You can choose command prompt or command prompt admin. We'll do the admin this time. And we're going to go back and do that disk part. So we're going to write disk part, press return. Now we're in this part, we must list what disks are there. Press return. Again, it's the 60 gig that we're after. Now click select disk. Select disk, and the disk we want, like we said, is a 60 gig, which is disk 2. So just press a space, disk 2. We select that and press return. Disk 2 is selected. Now we are not interested in anything but formatting it, so we're going to try and format this with this following formula. Format FS equals NTFS, and the quick label equals 60 gig. Once we've done that, just double check that it's we've selected disk 2, which is what we want. Disk 2, 60 gig. Yes. Disk part, just double check it just in case. So now you just press return after that. There is no volume selected. Please select a volume and try again. So it's just not recognizing this disk. This seems to be corrupted in a way whereby nothing seems to be happening with it. It's not recognizing it. I will try again. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this micro SD card from the computer. I'm going to take the micro SD card and place it in an adapter. Making sure that the adapter can read the amount of information, like the amount of gig, because some adapters only go up to 32 gig, etc. Just make sure it's the correct adapter that can read. For example, if this is 64 gig, it can read 64 gig. And with it now, I'm going to make sure that the lock button on the left is not locked, and I'm going to place it back into the computer. Now I've placed it back in. It says there's a problem, fix it, scan drive. Let's see if it can do that. I don't think it will, but we'll try it anyway. Repair drive. The disk is write protected. Okay, I'm gonna look at it again, make sure. I'm gonna pop it out and make sure that it's not write protected. The disk is not. The disk is definitely not write protected. Right, so that didn't work, and we also at the same time did change the letter drive, so that's not going to work either, because sometimes you can change the letter drive and that can solve the problem. So what we're now going to do is go to reg edit, and double click your reg edit. We're gonna go into our registry and try and see if we can change it there. So it's on the local machine, right? So you go into H key local machine, click that. What are we trying to do? We're looking in the system, so we go to the system, and is the current control set, right? And it's the storage devices in control. So we look in control, and then we look for storage devices, which let's make sure we got the right thing. Current control sets, control. Right, we've looked through here, and storage device policies is not actually here. Look, storage management is not actually here. So we're gonna have to create it. It's not very difficult. Just right click here on your control, which was the last folder which we saw. Right click, click new, and then new key. This new key will be called storage capital D device policies, capital P. Double check the language, just make sure it's correct, press return. Now we have our own storage device policy. Now we do the reg edit again, reg edit, and go through the same thing. It's here, it's already done, so let's try and format it again. Yes, the disk is write protected. I'm switching up the drives again. Right, it still doesn't work. We've tried all of those three things and none of them work. So we're gonna try to check the disk now. We're gonna try check disk. Wait there. Right click the offending drive, go to properties, look for tools, and under there this option will check the drive for file system errors. Disk. So we'll check that, click that button, and it seems to be putting us back here. It might work, it might not, but it's worth a shot. Windows was unable to it might be unrecoverable. We've tried everything, so we've exhausted many methods and none of them seem to work. So we're going to try and download some software. So if you go to this site here and click the download button, type in an email, and we'll get the link. That's how I got the link for this software. Before we go any further, what we can do is just right click this and okay, make sure that is G drive that we're going to deal with. Open this here on a free edition. Disk 2 is the G drive. Let's see if we can format the G drive, which is here as well. 0 byte, 3 of 60. Yes, primary. It's down here as well. You've got the format option there. Just double check again. Disk to G drive format. Just call it SD. Formatting the parts will destroy. Yes, okay. The target on the, yes, it will be erased. Okay. Let's see if it does it. Oh, it seems like you have to execute the operation up here. So if I press play, format partition G as FAT32. Press play. Drive letter gig apply. Formatting partition 40%. Right, it says finished. There are some error occurred. Some operations failed. Let's look at the G drive. Still no joy. So I'm afraid this disk is finished. It doesn't want to do anything. We've tried every single part and it doesn't want to do it. So you can't say we haven't tried. We've done everything, and sometimes you just can't get through. But hopefully when you try it, one of those things will work. But my disk, it appears to be corrupted severely. You can view and you can watch the stuff that's on it, and you can copy the stuff from the disk to somewhere else, but you cannot delete the stuff on it, and you cannot add anything additionally onto it. So I know it's not exactly what you want to hear, but sometimes this is what it is. You try everything, so you know you've tried everything, and you have to move on.